Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Security cameras like Ring doorbell can give you some comfort while you're away from home.
But when porch pirates or vandals strike, how effective are these systems in catching the criminals? Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz looks at some of the area's recent thefts and has our story.
Security cameras like this Ring doorbell are great for letting you watch your home while you're away. But are you really protecting your things? Or just watching people steal your stuff?
Don't let those cameras give you that false sense of security.
Moorhead Police Captain Derek Swenson says his crew was able to find suspects in this porch pirate case in Moorhead earlier this winter.
Those cameras are capturing you being victimized. They're not preventing you necessarily becoming a victim.
But so far, no convictions. In fact, Swenson says of all the front porch perpetrators reported, probably less than 10% have been charged at all.
I would say a very low number have been prosecuted compared to the amount of people that have been victims of crimes.
So why is it so difficult to catch a criminal who's already been caught on camera?
When you're dealing with the Fargo-Moorhead metro area, you're dealing with 200,000+ people.
Sergeant Tim Brigham of the Cass County Sheriff's Office says a glimpse of a person's face on camera isn't always enough to solve a crime.
And that gets to be frustrating, I would assume, for victims because they are providing us, if they have access on their residence, to this video.
Still, he says, it's better to have the security.
Whether it be 1 week or 1 month down the road, if these people are held accountable in another part of the city or another jurisdiction, we can always go back to this footage and still charge them in our jurisdiction.
Captain Swenson agrees and says often it has to do with the quality of the footage, which folks can enhance with multiple cameras.
Not just see a blob that looks like a male, but something that they can recognize: clothing, the person's face, the vehicle that they pulled in their driveway with.
Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Fargo and West Fargo police both say they don't have specific statistics on arrests linked to home security systems, but Fargo police were able to charge suspects on an incident that happened earlier this month.
How about we bottle up these temperatures and the sunshine and hang on to them for a few days? We certainly deserve the break. Hot snow, sunshine tonight, but hopefully some mild weather.
Well, definitely another cool one, but just not as cold as we've been. First and foremost, a gorgeous setting sun out there. A few high clouds out to the west showing up on the satellite, but nothing of significance. Most of the cloud cover this evening is in northwest Minnesota. We are on our way down. There's a little bit of a wind, so wind chilly evening for your outdoor activities this evening in the FM area. Grand Forks will be below 0 by bedtime tonight. Many of us will be dipping below 0, but as mentioned, just not quite as cold as the last couple of mornings. But alas, a little bit of a heads up regarding the forecast ahead. Winter returns, both snow and Arctic air to talk about, and I'm excited to do that here in just a few moments.
I'm sure you are. Yeah, we haven't had enough. Thanks, Ed.
You bet.
We now know the identity of a man who was found dead in a South Fargo home last Friday. The body of 61-year-old Ronald Gant was found February 22nd in the 1800 block of 30th Avenue South. Officers say the homeowner returned from a vacation to find Gant's body with severe burns from a fire that was confined to the basement. The cause of that fire and the cause of death are still under investigation.
Fargo police are warning residents of a phone scam where the caller claims to be calling from Amazon. Police say a woman received a call from a man saying they were shipping an order she had placed, and if she didn't place the order, to call a different number. So the woman called that second number and got someone on the line claiming they were an Amazon customer service rep. They said the pair of Nike shoes she ordered would be shipped to another country, and if she wanted to cancel, she needed to sign into her computer. The woman asked why he couldn't just cancel the order. The scammer became defensive and then hung up. Amazon says they would never call about an order. They would only send an email. For more information on the scam, head to our website and click on this story.
The man who was shot and killed by a Douglas County deputy yesterday has been identified. 27-year-old Tyler Schmidbauer was killed by a sheriff's deputy after officers responded to a domestic disturbance in Miltona, Minnesota. None of the responding officers were injured. They have been placed on standard administrative leave.
2 Grand Forks men are facing felony charges after police say they stole more than $1,000 worth of items from a Walmart in Grand Forks. Court documents state Bruce Ostring and Michael Sibjornsson loaded several items into a cart and made their way to the back of the store near the auto department. Then, according to police, the two men forced open a door and started unloading items into a vehicle, not paying for a thing.
Minnesota, along with 11 other states, say spousal rape isn't illegal. Recently, the state's House passed a bill saying if you are married and you rape your spouse, it would be counted as a criminal sexual conduct. In North Dakota, that's already the case. You can be charged for raping or sexually assaulting your spouse.
It wouldn't matter what the relationship is. A rape is a rape, sexual assault is sexual assault, and would be treated with the same seriousness and severity that other types of sexual assault would.
The move to change the law in Minnesota is currently in a Senate Judicial Committee. From there, it would go before a full Senate.
One of the latest legal trends across the country is to do away with minimum sentences for drug offenses. The North Dakota Senate heard testimony on such a bill this morning that the House has already passed. The bill aims to eliminate mandatory minimum sentences in drug convictions. This would give full power to judges to decide how low a sentencing can go in these scenarios.
It would not take away the penalty as is written in statute. It merely would give the judges discretion on sentencing without having to meet this minimum mandatory threshold for every case in the state.
A law that's been in place for more than 20 years. Legislation has been introduced in previous sessions to reduce the minimum sentence, but never to do away with it completely.
A bill allowing minors to sit in the bar areas of restaurants with an adult will be voted on by the North Dakota Senate. The measure has already passed the House, and Representative Scott Lauser says this wouldn't mandate businesses to do this. It would only be allowed until 10 p.m. The Department of Human Services is against the bill, saying this would encourage a social drinking culture in youth.
If we only have, unhealthy behaviors around them, even if the parents keep, talking about healthy behaviors and talking to them, that's still their environment in the school and the community. And so we really want to look at preventing underage drinking in that multifaceted approach.
They are trying to prevent drinking, underage drinking in the state. I understand that. I don't think this bill promotes that whatsoever. That's between the kids and their families.
Data shows 29% of North Dakota high school kids have consumed alcohol in the last 30 days.